Hey, I'm Mason Kelly, shop foreman here at Cape Fear Customs. And behind me, we've got a Jeep Gladiator that's getting some new gears put in it. Right now, it's running the factory 410s that comes with Rubicons, but it's having issues with fuel economy, acceleration, and not having that 8th gear. This set of 513s is really going to help it step up.
Well, we're really appreciative of our friends at East Coast Gear Supply for getting us the parts here quickly. We're really looking forward to getting these gears installed and seeing what the customer thinks afterwards.
Fun project. What is good? Regearing. You'll see when I get that one out, you're gonna be like, oh my god. The other one's gonna be like a 370. When you go down, like a 321 gear is like this big. But as you go up in gears, this gets thicker, this gets smaller. Whoa! That happened quick. I did not see that happening that fast. Normally you gotta tap them with a hammer. That's better. Good hack for the Jeep people out there when you don't have a slide hammer. Use the tools you're given. Put the rotor on backwards. It's good if you find yourself trying to do this kind of stuff at home, or broke down on the trailer or something. I don't generally carry a slide hammer on my trailer. That one's got an L on it. That means left. Up, left. I always set them aside carefully, but you never know what can happen. Here she comes. Looks good, yeah. Then you get to see the cool bearing. He's a double roller style for the pinion now. I think Chrysler did it for noise, like noise vibration stuff, probably fuel economy, better rolling. I can't say they're stronger. I mean, it installs all the same, but why? The rest of the bearings are all your traditional tapered roller bearings. Why they want that? Some engineer knows. Secondary loud noises. Put that one quieter. Here's the race for the double roller there. Where it rides in there and in there. It's a strange design for opinion. We are going to cut it. There we go. Set her down. Set her in. Check, make sure it fits. It fits. Then we got all new ring gear bolts. Every good ring gear bolt needs like Loctite. Yeah, if a bolt's rotating, it needs some kind of thread lock. Shaft bolts, axle bolts. If it's spinning in a circle, it needs it. I'll get 2 and start it and run it all the way up and thankfully these ones from Yukon look like they come with some on there. It goes in, the heat from going in will kind of loosen it and just the force and re-adhere. I always add my own. That's the diff. But I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna do a little thing. You'll just be driving down the road and a locker light will just start flashing on your Jeep. Okay. A lot of times they'll say to replace it or whatever, but I figured out a cheap fix. They just left the tolerance too tight on this. Also, it's magnetic. It's covered in metal from the rear end. But so like the tolerance, it's literally like you can see the magnet here. That's just normal rear end material. You get metal that builds up in there. That's why you change your fluid, anything. But it'll all get stuck right here, and then it causes the erroneous light. It'll say your locker's locked randomly, or light will come on the dash. Even without that problem, it's just it's like so sensitive. Like the difference is that kind of movement right there, just from like heat, will cause that light to come on. We used to replace the sensors. They had different sensors that fit. So I literally was watching it one day with like an oscilloscope. I was getting so tired of fixing them all the time, and customers come back in 6 months. Oh, it's doing it again. I figured out that banjo bolt washers, brake caliper washers, fit perfectly over this. And then all you gotta do is put it back on, like that. That little gap right there is perfect. This little spaces it down a little more. And it still works when you put it in gear, or when you do your locker, the light will come on perfectly every time. At this point, if I touch a Rubicon rear end, it's getting one because I don't want it to come back. They'll be like, my locker light's on ever since you did it. Oh no, it's getting this fix. Any of the JLs, 18 and up. Gladiators and Wranglers. JTs, JLs, 4xEs, anything that's got the lockers, Rubicons. So I always say I have a ton of them in my cart. I was just saving whenever I do a brake job. It just fits perfectly over that stud, and then yeah, all of this does, the solenoid kicks in and it forces this down to lock it. Well, if it'll lock, but it's not right now there. And then it reads that came down. But it's just so sensitive before that, just the tiniest deflection. A lot of times the rear end heats up and your locker lights start flickering. And I figured out if I just spaced it out that far, and then I found that these worked perfect size. Most washers are too big when you have a hole that big. Copper washer from a brake, that thing ain't going nowhere. Well, I need to go press this bearing off and see if there's a shim under here. Oh, it wanted to cooperate. What we got? 12 point. No, that so we can get, there's another shaft in here. Goes from there to there. Yeah. Slide it over. It doesn't come out. And now the diff will be ready to come out. That's some nice fresh fluid in there. There's nothing's ever moving in there. Unless you're in four-wheel drive, it's just chilling. There she is. There she is. Get that. And that's complete. Now we just move it all back together.